Yeehaw!
It's a song every bell cries out to be around. Every dawn wanna wag its tail. Life ain't nothing but a pilgrim trail. Every message needs a dove, and everything grows with a drop of love. We're all hanging on tooth and nail. It's a rocky road, this pilgrim trail. Pilgrim trail, pilgrim trail. Sometimes heaven, sometimes hell. Pilgrim trail, pilgrim trail. Let's meet up down the pilgrim trail. For a sail, like every campfire needs a tale. We're on this freight train going down the rail. Together on this pilgrim trail. Pilgrim trail, pilgrim trail. Sometimes heaven, sometimes hell. Pilgrim trail, pilgrim trail. Where everything is up for sale. Pilgrim trail, pilgrim trail. Let's meet up down a pilgrim trail.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Workbench Wednesday. We'll be simulcasting tonight on YouTube and Rumble. We do this every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. And we'll be continuing later on Rumble for the after party. So if you haven't signed up for Rumble yet, do that. Link will be in the description for the live feed for Rumble. So check that out. We'll be doing more after the stream. We also do this on Monday nights also. We have an after party. So we're going to be starting pretty soon. So we'll see you there and have fun. Well, good evening, everybody. How you all doing? Welcome to Workbench Wednesday. I see we got Gerald Stewart, Jim Tedesco, and DJ Express 2025 on Rumble. And Gerald Stewart, Jim Tedesco, Michael Brandt. Who else? Santa Stewart, Fernando Freytag, Russ's Rocco Railroad. And there you have it. Okay. So we got a crew on here tonight. We're going to be working on JV models, Ward Salvage. And I got 4 of the walls framed out and of the main office. And then there's a machine shop. I got 3 of them of the machine shop partially done. Hey, Dave Thompson, good to see you in here. How you doing? Can it start tall instead? Tall? What's tall? I don't know. All right. But, so 3 walls, and they missed a wall in the instructions because they only show 3 walls of the machine shop, and then they got back walls in addition to it, which is smaller. So I'm going to have to copy what the first front wall is that has a garage door on it and do that. But I ripped the wax paper off because it was getting all tore up from all the stuff, all the glue on it. So I got all that off to the side. We're going to stain it. I just decided I couldn't find any other stain for at the train show or at the the hobby shop, TRF Hobbies. So I'm just going to use the Indian ink on it tonight. So, but first, I got to scratch some detail into the woods. So, Steve Moscon, how you doing? Good to see you in here. And who else? That's it. Okay. All right. Dave Thompson. Did I say Dave? Yeah, I said Dave. Okay. All right. So we got everybody now. I think so. So if you haven't done so already, smash that like button. Because you know why. Because YouTube doesn't do their job. And we only got, we got 9. Okay, 9 concurrent. Okay, we're doing a good job. We got 9 viewers and 9 likes. Okay, thank you for that. And I can't see how many we got on Rumble because they don't update it. I have to go on my cell phone to see how much is on there. So if you haven't done it on Rumble so far, go ahead and smash that like button on Rumble. Oh, man, we got 13. We got 13 on Rumble. There you go. All right. 13 views and 3 thumbs up. Okay, so there we go. How about that? Okay. So thank you very much for all the thumbs. Okay, Jeff Sykes. Good evening, Jeff. Here we go. Let's put this up here. And let's put all the stuff that I missed in the beginning because this was a short intro. So there was Santa Stewart. He was okay. Oh, I missed. Oh, man. Did I do that? I had it in the queue and I removed it from the queue. Okay. There we go. There was Santa Stewart. He was the first one in here tonight. And he was over there on Rumble also. And there we go. Michael Brandt. Lucky me, I have Charter Spectrum. So much for a lot college football. There you go. And then Jim Tedesco popped in. And okay. And Michael said, and by the way, Santa, don't leave me with stolen or fruitcake this year. And Jim says, I just want trains for Christmas and a resin printer. And you just left it there. You didn't add anything else after that. Is that all you want for Christmas? Just trains and a resin printer? I want trains. I want crap over here. Okay, now it's 1313. Thanks for putting that up there, Russ. Okay. All right, there you go. Okay. Hey, Marquis Saunders. Hello, everyone in the chat. I'm trying to listen in between people needing stuff to work. Okay. There you go. And that's all Jim wants, just the resin printer and trains. Okay. No resin, huh? Just the printer. You got to have some resin too, don't you? All right. So before we head on over there, I want to thank everybody for participating in these live streams, watching them, smashing the like button, doing the super chats and super stickers, and especially those who support this channel. And let me put this thing up here for the support people, and you know who you are. You can now support me on my locals community, Tom's Train of Thought. Membership is free, and by clicking the join button, you can support me for as little as $5 per month. Link is in the description and in the chat. Thank you for your contributions during the live stream. I really appreciate it. I would also like to thank all the moderators who have helped me out in the past years. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, like the guy on there said. Okay, so, hey, Curtis and Rob, I see you popped in there, and Rob says he said, I want a partridge in a pear tree, also a chainsaw and a pellet gun in case I don't like the partridge or the pear tree. That's a good one, Rob. There you go. All right, good to see you in here. Thank you for stopping in. I watched a little bit of Jim's rant today. Gerald informed me of it because Debbie and I were out earlier today, and we just got back. I got to watch a little bit of the Bongino show before I set this thing up, and then Gerald told me about Jim on, so I watched a little bit of that and tried setting the rest of this thing up over here. Hi, Phil Kenyon. Good to see you in here. Boom, right there. Okay, so there you go. So Biden's registration would be a good Christmas. Yeah, there you go. All right, Biden's resignation would be a good Christmas present. There you go. All right, I agree to that. I think everybody wants that. Okay, so I have everything that I need, so I don't need anything for Christmas. But that would be nice. That would be the best Christmas gift for everybody around. So tonight we're going to be scratching some distress stuff in the wood before we start staining it. And I don't know if you've seen this crap on YouTube. YouTube keeps on coming up with more crap. So let me show you this before I do anything else here. Okay, this notice popped up, and they're going to be changing if you're, doing monetization. you always had a option of doing skippable, non-skippable ads, pre-roll, before the before the video, after the video, or during the video. Well, they're going to keep the one for during the video. I always uncheck that because I think it's annoying to put ads in the middle of the videos, and I think it's annoying to have ads that you can't skip. So I just check on skippable ads and uncheck the non-skippable ads. The non-skippable ads are only about 6 seconds most of the time. Sometimes they throw in some longer ones, but I mean, if you don't want to watch the ad, I give you a choice of clicking it off. Well, starting in November, they're going to discontinue that selection. So, okay, here's what it says. Starting in November, we're simplifying the choices for ad formats to show before or after your video to improve creator revenue. This is a bunch of bullshit. In November, we're removing the individual ad choices for pre-roll, post-roll, skippable, and non-skippable ads. Going forward, when you turn on ads for new long-form videos, we'll show your viewers pre-roll, post-roll, skippable, or non-skippable ads when appropriate. So you're not going to. So they're not giving the creator the choice of turning stuff off. It's going to be there whether you like it or not. This change makes the recommendation best practice to turn on all ad formats, the standards for everyone. Your choice for mid-roll ads are not changing, so I'll still be able to turn off the mid-roll ads. That's good. But probably sometime in the future, they'll probably shut that off too. We will also retain your ad settings for existing long-form videos unless you change the monetization settings. To help improve the viewer experience and optimize for higher performance ad formats across desktop and mobile devices, YouTube will no longer run overlay ads starting April 6, 2023. So that was that's in the past. Overlay ads are a legacy ad format. It appears on desktop only, and we expect limited impact on earnings for most creators and engagement shifts to other ad formats. Yeah, right. Yeah, they keep on changing shit every time. Michael Brandt, how did you get? Oh, hey there, Reggie. How you doing? Doing some laundry as I listen. Keep talking. Okay, that's what I didn't see that way down there. Okay, how did you get stuck doing laundry? Doesn't it do itself? Yeah, that's what I tell Debbie. She says he has to do laundry. I says, you put it in the washer and it does it itself. Okay, so Debbie says she heard that. Busted. I have ads 2 hours long before in the middle of video you can't get out of. I know, I've had them too. And they're really ridiculous. And I can't see why people, and especially you see these people that have 1 million subscribers and they still have ads in the middle of the videos, which is ridiculous. Nobody wants to see them. Hey, Frank, Steeler fan, how you doing? Good to see you in here. Russ says, Rocco Railroad, you're not late. Oh, I'm sorry, Jeff. Okay. Oh, you're sorry about that. Okay. Yeah, about the 2 hour long ads. Yeah, I mean, that's really ridiculous. Yeah, I told my wife if I wait long enough, it does itself. Damn, busted. Hit F5. That's a refresh. Does that get the ad off of there? I never tried that. But you don't have an F5 on your mobile phone. What are you going to do on that? Okay. But I usually watch on the TV, so you ain't got no F5 on that either. So you're just stuck with it. So I just changed the video. It works for now. Oh, okay. So F5 to refresh. Okay. Reggie wants to know if F5 does the laundry. I don't think so. We got laundry piled up over here. It's not doing itself. Can't get out of that. You just got to put soap in there and hit the buttons and turn it on. That's all. That's it. Hey, Klondike and fan of trains. Good to see you in here. All right, there we go with that one. And there we go with Klondike. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. Reggie says, can't win for losing. There you go. But that's all I got to say. That, you know, that YouTube screwing everything up. So that's enough of that crap right there. Okay. Let's get over to... Okay. Rob on Rumble says, I will translate that for you. YouTube wants to make more money for themselves, so they are switching shit up again. Yeah, that's for sure. It's not working. It's less money going to the creator and more to YouTube. That's how it always goes. They're screwing up the ad revenue so much. I mean, ad revenue since November has gone down dramatically. Usually November ad revenue goes up because of the Christmas holiday. This year it just went down and it just kept on going down. Hey, Chris Ruggieri is on Rumble also. Good to see you in there. So hello. Okay, so that's all I got about YouTube. Let me get that off of there. And it just popped up, so I'm going to dismiss it over on my thing because I read their crap. And probably another wait. I'm not done with YouTube yet. I had to go. Now, for some reason, I don't know why, but YouTube or Microsoft must be coming in here, even though I have things turned off, the updates turned off, because I'm always getting things about the Edge browser up on here. And for my bank and for my Google account, this past week it acted like this computer that I use all the time, every day, was a new computer. So when I clicked on YouTube, on my YouTube studio, I had to do a verification. Now, their two-deal verification is different on the phone. They used to send you a text. So now they said, check your phone. So I checked my phone. And there's nothing there. There's no text there. Now you have to go into settings, Google, and go into 4 different things to see the code in there, and then write down the code on the web browser before you could have access to your stuff, which is really ridiculous. Oh, deal was we went to the brewery, and I do the laundry, so it was a good trade-off. Okay, so you can't complain. Jimmy Vasquez, YouTube censors also. Don't get me started on censoring, because I've been censored before. Russ says, Rocco Railroad, every time I select a video to watch, YouTube, it immediately goes to an ad. It don't remember that in 2016 when I started on. Yeah, they're getting worse and worse. They're just they're putting more and more ads up there, but they're not paying the creator for those ads. And Debbie listens to a lot of music on YouTube on the TV, and it's almost between every song, practically between every song, they have an ad in there. You can't go 2, 3, or 4 songs like you used to be able to before you get an ad. It's almost every song all the time. So, and the ad revenue just keeps on going down. Yeah, try using Brave browser. Yeah, that's what Jim told me. I was wondering why, because I watched the videos on Brave browser, and I was wondering why I wasn't getting any ads over here on the computer, but I'm getting the ads on the television. And I thought it was just because it was on the computer, but Jim said it was the Brave browser, so I tried it on my Chrome browser because I got both of them up here. I have to use Chrome for when I live stream because the live stream won't work if I set it up in the Brave browser, so I have to set it up in the Chrome browser. But I have a lot of my other stuff in the Brave browser because they don't track everything like Chrome does. Okay. Yeah, I will try that, Jim. There you go. Go, you try that. And Curtis says, yes, it's a pain in the ass. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, they are a pain. Okay, and then I got an error loading monetization setting. Some information may be missing or inaccurate. Please try again later. Brave blocks most ads, but I haven't seen any ads when I click on YouTube videos on Brave at all. So I don't know if I don't remember seeing any kind of ads on Brave. Let me see if I pull this up over here. Okay, it's right up in front of me. Okay, so. Let me pull up that. Okay, let me do this right here. Okay. See, normally whenever okay, subscriptions or even home. Hey, who's that guy right there? See, this is where they normally have an ad right here, or they have it all the way across the top banner before you even get to see any of these down here. But that's the home, and then here's subscriptions. I'm not sure on subscriptions though, so because I normally don't have it up on Chrome. Yeah, every time I see an annoying ad, I just mute it and refuse to buy their product. Yeah, that's the same way. If I want something, I'll go to the store looking for it. You don't have to advertise it to me. If I think I need something, I'll go look it up. You sound like me, Reggie. There you go. Yeah, I don't need no stinking ads. Not me, not never. Okay, so that's enough for this YouTube crap. Okay, so we'll go over there and start doing crap over there. And let me get that thing over here. There is what the workbench looks like. And I'll go over there. I'll turn this microphone off and head on over there. Okay, I'm over here now. If you could see me. There. Okay, there we go. All right, so let me see if I can see the chat real good here. Reggie says, damn right. Yeah. So I got my scratch thing here, and I got this at Home Depot or Lowe's, I can't remember what, but they had different ones. They had this one, and then they had another one that had the steel one, a brass one, and a plastic one that was cheaper. But we was at Dollar Tree the other day. Debbie wanted to stop in Dollar Tree, and they had the same thing, a brass one, a steel one, and a plastic one, just same handle, same setup like that, at the Dollar Tree. Now, well, it's not $1 anymore; it's $1.25, but that's still a good price. I used to have a bunch of them that were brass, but this is the steel one right here. But this is good for putting grain on the wood, and I did this one. You can't see it, but you get the idea. But that's what I'm going to start out doing here. That's a decent set for a bucket. Yeah, it is. I was surprised they had them. I wish I would have known that before I got this set here, and I wish I could find my other set. So I'm just going to go down here. Tourneys. Get all four sides, even though you're not going to see all four sides because some of the sides is going to be covered up with other wood, and probably you're not going to be looking inside the garage. That's mostly this stuff right here. The crane right there, and this big open shed right there. And the 1/8 inch square is all that stuff right there, and then we have some 5/32 inch squares, which is the you got to make 3 sets of those. So they give you a lot of that just to make 3 sets of rafters. So there must be some other idea. We'll probably use that for something else too, because it seems like there's a lot more wood on here than what you really need. Because let me see what they got. They gave you a list. 130 1/32 by 1/8, so that's the 2x4s. You need a lot of that. 55 at a 1/32 by 1/16, so that is the panels. No, wait a minute. 130 of the 1/32 by 1/8 is the wood plank, so that's the probably 2x10s. And then the 1/32 by 1/16 is probably the 2x4s. That's what I've been working on here. That's these little things. And so 17 of the 1/8 by 1/8 and 11 of the 3/32 inch squares. Okay, so this is going to take all night to do this crap here. Blue streaks. Man, this is hard to read for new people on here. Blue Streak Customs. How you doing? Good to see you in here. We're putting wood grain on here. Yeah, just yeah. Don't mistake the steel brush for your toothbrush. Yeah, my toothbrush has fancy colors, so I probably won't do that. But Debbie keeps laying toothbrushes on my sink, And she uses the cheap toothbrushes from Dollar General or Dollar Tree for cleaning. I says, don't do that anymore. You're using them for cleaning. I might mistake that for my teeth. Make sure you use toothpaste, not hemorrhoid cream. Yeah, there you go. All right. That would make you whistle. The thing about this is you can't see the grain on it until you stain it. Oops. Oh boy. You should be editing. You don't need to be editing. Is it 9:30? Oh, it's 8:30. Oh. Where are you that it's 9:30? You out in the middle of the Atlantic? What time zone is that? You tired? Uh-oh. Well, you can watch me do this. This will put you to sleep. That's for sure. I guarantee it. After doing 18 of the, 18 and the, 11 of these here. That's even before we get to putting a stain on it. Oh my goodness. We'll be here all night. But this is fun. Don't you like doing this? Far north. Oh, way far north. In New Brunswick. Oh, okay. New Brunswick. Okay. Good to see you in here. Way up there. You're even further east than Maine. My goodness. Oh, man. Yeah, to make a little jig where you could put a bunch of these and turn 10 of them all at one time so you could do the all 10 together. You've been going since 4 a.m. That's a long time. Do it a few at a time, yeah, but then they're hard to turn when you do a few at a time, because then you have to turn each one of them individually. I remember the days when I started out at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'd get up, well, I actually get up around 3 o'clock in the morning and to go to work, start up the boiler, and have to get it slowly up to steam so it'd be ready for production at 6 o'clock. And in a endurance oh, here's some of the residue of the, I didn't get it all off, of the rubber band. Well, that'll make it, that'll give it a really distressed look on there. Yeah, the rubber band that rotted out on the wood. Yeah, in season, it ran production from 6 o'clock in the morning to maybe 8 o'clock at night. I didn't work that late, but they had somebody else come in later. But I usually left around 4 o'clock. But then in the summertime, I got to leave around 1 o'clock in the afternoon, which was pretty good. Because they only ran from like 6 to 12. Sounds like Blue has a dairy farm. Been there, no longer doing that. Yeah, I don't know how all my uncles and even some of the cousins, they all had dairy farms in Beaver County, Pennsylvania, and worked on a steel mill too. So I don't know how they did that. Town near you is a border crossing into Maine. Oh, okay. So it doesn't get too hot up there. You don't get the 100-degree temperatures, huh? But you get the bad winters. Okay, this is the last 1/8-inch square one. That wasn't too bad. Rob says I stack the boards side by side and scribe the tops all at once. Makes it a little quicker, way more random. You can also rub steel wool over the boards to remove the fuzzies from the scribing before you stain it. Well, with this thing right here, it doesn't really give it any fuzzy stuff. The balsa wood gets fuzzy, but the basswood doesn't get real fuzzy. One kit that I did that must have been balsa wood, because it was, it got real fuzzy. So for the 1/8-inch squares, now here's the 3/32-inch squares. Okay, that's too much for me to read. my eyes are going wonky there. But I know what you said. You've been busy there, huh? My goodness. I'll put these finished ones over there, because that's that's for the rafters. Hey, Ken Amos Jr., how you doing? We're just putting some lines on these square posts. Ken, you been up to see Howard Zane again? Since when was you last on? Monday? That's over on Rumble. That's pretty much a normal day for me. Oh, man. We're going to go to episode 2 on this step. No, we'll get finished with this step here. we might have to continue this on Rumble, after we cut off YouTube. Yeah, we're already 20-9 here. Oh boy. Well, at least I didn't have to unbox anything, It was already unboxed. I could have wasted an hour on unboxing. Jim Sesko says you must be young, Blue Streak. Well, when I was doing starting at 4 o'clock in the morning and staying up till about 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, and waking up at 3 a.m., I was all the way up until I turned 62 until I got hurt. Maybe that's why I got hurt. I was too friggin' tired at work. Could be it, huh? $46. Hurts your back. Sorry to hear about that. I screwed up my shoulder and they did surgery on it, and it was worse after the surgery than before the surgery. And the doctor kept on giving me cortisone shots every month, which he wasn't supposed to do. I mean, you're supposed to spread them out. And he gave them to me for about 6 months in a row, and then I finally retired. And when I retired, I went to help out a friend in Kansas at his laundry for a couple of weeks, and then went to see my daughter in Colorado. And we went up to Loveless Pass, up to 12,000 foot, and I couldn't breathe up there, and I thought it was, I thought it was the altitude. But it ended up being my heart. I had to get a stent. But after I got the stent, I was on blood thinners, and I had to go back for a follow-up because he wanted to do surgery again after the holidays. And he said, "Oh man, you're on blood thinners. I can't do anything." So he says, "I'm just going to release you from work comp." And I said, "Gee, thanks a lot. You screwed me up and then leave me hanging like this." And by that time, the company that I had worked for, they changed insurance company. So the original insurance company I had, my nurse that was taking care of everything was pretty good, but this one just screwed me. I would think 12,000 foot would find anything wrong. Yeah. Hey, CNEI John, good to see you in here. All right. Bad jump from a plane with using arm. Uh-oh. Okay, Ken Aim is going this weekend if all goes well. All right, good to hear. All right, so I got all the lines in there. So now it's time to stain these puppies right here. So we're going to separate these just a little bit so we get some stuff on the side and see if we can get, well, I had to do just a few at a time the last time because it doesn't work too well. Too many of them get in the way. All right, so here we go. Okay, so anyway, I didn't show you these right here. So here is, I don't know how well you can see this right here, but here is the, there's the garage door of the machine shop right there. So I got to make a garage door, but I'm probably going to get one of the Tichy garage doors and fit it in there. I just started these this afternoon after I got home. Two of these is the side for the machine shop, and you already saw these that I did, but since then I put the horizontal pieces in for the windows and the doors. The door's not on that one there, the door's on this one here. So there you go. On these pieces here, I'm not going to put in all those little vertical supports. As you can see here on this one here, I just put two horizontal supports because you're not going to see it anyway. These buildings are all closed up. The machine shop doesn't have any windows in it, so you're not going to see the framing on the inside anyway, so it doesn't matter. Okay. That looks good so far. Here's what it's supposed to look like. There's the office, the machine shop, and then the big shed, and then what these 1/8 inch square that frames out this big shed and the crane part, and the 3/32 squares is in the rafters. So that's why I'm staining that, because you can see all of that stuff. And then probably and then this is going to be fun. I got to scratch all of these right here in this box. How many of those? There's 130 of these. That's the siding for all the buildings. So I'm not going to put you to sleep with that. We're just going to do these tonight here. Yeah, I always have a hard time opening jars. Yeah, I love the old stuff too. You know, I'm modeling the 50, transition area, so late 40s, early 50s. I'm flexible. You know, I'm not pinning it down to a specific year, just an area, a big range. That's not going as well as I thought it was. I probably just have to do them one at a time. Because I'm missing a lot of spots on it. Okay. Yeah, I've had, I've been retired for, holy shit, 7, 8 years now, 9 years, and my shoulder still isn't good. I don't have the strength in that shoulder. I don't have the range of motion anymore. And I had a really good physical therapist. She worked the hell out of me. She tried to kill me. She back then. Okay, so that was, I think, the year before that. So that had to be around 2013 or 2012, where she came in second for the women's CrossFit championship. I think 2 years in a row. Yeah, this is going on a little bit darker than I hope, so I'm going to have to go to Walmart and get some more alcohol. Because I thinned that out the last time, but it still seems like a little bit too dark. Maybe because this wood is so old. It's older than the last wood that I used. But we'll see what it looks like once it dries up. This is India ink and alcohol solution. And don't ask me what the ratio is because I've been using this jar for probably 10 years now, and I just keep on adding India ink and when I want it darker, and alcohol when I want it lighter. I used to have several jars when I did this a lot. I had a really dark one and a really light one and one in the middle. But one of the jars sprung a leak close to the top, and it wasn't one of these dark medicine bottles. So I just stuck with the dark medicine bottle. They seem to work pretty good. It doesn't fade because the other one, the Indian ink, seemed to get hard and settle to the bottom real easily. I mean, you shake this one up and it's fine. So that probably doesn't look too bad. I might not have to get some more. Okay. Good night. Thanks for stopping in. We're here every Monday and Wednesday night. Monday, we're not at the workbench, but we do all kind of other junk. Thank you for stopping in. I don't know how anybody could jump out of an airplane I had to go to California, and they were going to send me in on a T-38, and I had to take parachute training. That was fun going through the altitude chamber. But then, they taught us, and after the altitude chamber, we went out in the field and actually learned how to land, jump and land. But then before I had to go to California, out to Edwards Air Force Base, they decided they were going to send a couple other guys with it. They were going to send a fuel systems guy and airframe guy with me, just in case, because it was a fuel system problem. And they sent one guy from my shop, and he went there a week and he couldn't find a problem. And when I got there, I found a problem in 10 minutes. On the fuel system, it's on a coax cable, and you have this little instrument, and it was going counterclockwise, and so right there, that tells you that the coax cable was crimped. So I just had to find where they crimped it, and there was only one place on the aircraft, because what they had to do, they had to remove the wings to x-ray them, because the wings were so thin. I think every 10,000 hours or so they had to take it over to the Northrop plant right outside of Edwards Air Force Base and x-ray the wings. And so all they did was pull down the wing, and I replaced the cable, and then we sat there. And this was almost at Christmas time. They didn't cut us any orders. They just sent us TDY on a paper without really sending the orders with us. So we had to wait till the orders were finalized before we could come back. So the people at the motel, this was in Palmdale, California, and the people at the motel, was a husband and wife, they says, well, we'll let you stay for the holidays if you want. They said, we got a big enough turkey, you could all stay there. But we ended up coming back on Christmas Eve. They flew us Hughes Air West, a prop job, first class. I got to sit a window seat looking at the propeller, which was not very interesting. Scared the shit out of me. I said, what happens if this thing comes loose? I'm right here. Hello. But they flew us into LAX, and then from LAX to San Antonio, first class. First time I had champagne and filet mignon for lunch. On the government's dollar. Yeah, T-38 is a two-seater, front to back. Never had to fly in it though, but I had to sit in them. They would have to take it out to the trim pad, or not the trim pad, but the firing range, the target range, and to test the engines. So we'd have to take a look at the EGT indicator and the fuel system indicator, all the other crap on there. Most important thing was the EGT indicator to see if everything was okay. They had a test module there, but they didn't test everything. Where you sat in a little building, and where they could operate the jet outside and test the engines that way. But you really didn't get to see everything that way. but never got to fly in it. We flew over there in a T-39. It was just T-39 is the Air Force's version of a corporate jet. It was probably about probably less than it, maybe 18 seats or something like that in there. And we stopped at I think at Webb Air Force Base. Is Webb in New Mexico? We stopped in New Mexico someplace. Had to pick up some coax cable and some other cables just in case, because we didn't have any where I was. Fun times. And the guys there at depot, they were on TDY there for 90 days. And so the ranking person there was a staff sergeant. And back in the days, you know, everybody had long hair. Well, the staff sergeant there and everybody else had long hair that was stationed there on TDY for 90 days because, you know, nobody was there watching them. And it was right next to the hangar where they kept one of the SR-71s. So we got to sit there at night and watch them pull out the SR-71 at night and test fly them. So they gave us a staff car to drive around, to go back and forth, and then finally back into Edwards Air Force Base. Lots of fun. I had a good time in the Air Force. Got drunk a lot there. In Palmdale, the guys there, they took me out to a couple of different bars. Okay, so there's all the 1/8-inch ones. We from where we were, we couldn't see them take off. We was able to see them leave the hangar and come back in, but the runway was way the hell out of the way. I mean, you couldn't see it for anywhere near the, you know, where we were, because the depot where we was right on the road, and then there was like a creek, or maybe that was the San Andreas Fault right there, and the Northrop plant was on the other end. And so the hangar where the SR-71 was right across from where we were working on the T-38s. So didn't get to see the runway because the runway was really long and it was far away from there. We did get to see the old test track. It was old railroad tracks where they used to run the test dummies down, because it crossed the highway there. They still had a portion of it across the highway. Very slick looking jet. I used to watch them fly out of Biggs there at Fort Bliss in '85. Also enjoyed watching the SP going past the base. Well, it wasn't Edwards, it was in Palmdale. So right there in Palmdale, they had some pretty good, there were small bars, but you know, you drink beer and that's all you were worried about. They had pool tables, no girls, just a bunch of Air Force guys and some Northrop people. Hey, Texas was worse. Del Rio, Texas was worse. When I first got there, they didn't have any WACs there, women or WAFs. They called them WAFs, Women Air Force. And I got there. They were just transitioning. They were taking one of the barracks, the transit barracks, and they were transforming it into a WAF barracks because they were just starting to have the WAFs there after I got there. So when I got there, I didn't even have a place to stay. I had to stay in somebody else's room. They usually have two people in a room, but luckily they found somebody that, his roommate was on vacation, so I got to sleep in his bunk for a couple of nights until I got my own quarters. But there was nothing in that town. The base was like 10 miles outside of Del Rio. Del Rio was on one side of the tracks and San Felipe was on the other side of the tracks. That was the Mexican part. And one of the civil servants there, along with Tech Sergeant Lee, owned a bar on the San Felipe side. And then Randy, he was the civil servant. He had 20 acres out in the middle of nowhere. Back then you could get 20 acres for like $1,000 an acre. So he put up a trailer there and he was raising cows and pigs and goats. And he would empty out the beer bottles and cans in a container every night. And at the end of the week, he'd mix that in with the slop for his cows and goats and pigs. I think I got a picture somewhere. There's one guy that I work with, Pete, I think his name was Weatherspoon, and he was a good artist. He drew a caricature of me. I don't know what happened to it, but with my beer belly and a pool cue, and he made a sign for Randy. I always enjoyed the joint exercise with the Air Force out of McCord Air Force Base when I was in the Army. All right. Yeah, wonderful. No girls and a bunch of dry humor, Northrop engineers. Yeah. Yeah, all we cared about was we had beer and pool tables. Oh boy. Hey, we only got 6 more to go after this one here. Woohoo! Yeah, his name was Randall P. Martin, and Pete made up a sign for his ranch. It says, Randall P. Martin Ranch, feeder and breeder of cows, pigs, and goats. It made a nice big sign. We put it up on his fence. He had a nice little lake on there, and we went hunting in the back of it. Roasted a pig one time. That was fun. We all got drunk and did it Hawaiian style. We dug a hole and made a fire in it, and then let the coals burn down, and then stuck the pig in there and buried it. And we was all drunk by then, and we came back the next day. It was finished. Now the military has men, women that are men. Yeah, that's for sure. They're so confused now. That was fun. We our whole instrument shop got together. They skinned the pig. I was working second shift at the time, so the couple of guys were out there, and they skinned the pig, and then they burnt their feet when they dunked the pig into they had a 55-gallon drum cut sideways in hot water. I don't know, I guess that's how they skin it or whatever. They filled it up all the way and then dunked the pig in it and overflowed it. Burned their feet. Bunch of drunks. I missed that part. But later on, after I got off of work, I went out there. We were drinking, having a good time. Finally wrapped the pig up in burlap and covered it up with more ashes and with dirt, and came back the next day. And there was one old guy. He was a civilian there. His name was Raleigh Tuck. He wanted the pig's head, so we let him have it. Yeah. And then one time we went over to his house for beer, and he pulled out the pig's head from the freezer and he said, "Hey, we could thaw this out and eat it." He said, "Oh, no thanks." We used to go fishing all the time because there was a lot of ponds in that area. And we'd get 6 packs of beer and just go out and go fishing at night. And we'd each pay for a 6-pack, and Raleigh Tuck bought the cheapest beer. It was called Texas Pride. I think it was like at that time 99 cents a 6-pack. And nobody wanted to drink it. They said, "No, you can have that. You bought that, you drink that shit." Texas Pride. That's when they had Falstaff and Lone Star. You couldn't even get Coors back then because Coors only didn't ship it out. We had pilots that would come back, and they would stick a case of Coors. They would have the flight crew open up the nose, one of the nose panels, and they would stick a case of Coors in there when they come back to Texas. We had a lot of marijuana there too, because we was right at the Mexican border, and it was cheap. And Brian had an old Chevy van. We'd go out there, and there was an abandoned airstrip not too far off of the base. It was about a mile away from the base, and we'd go out there, and it was all, runways were all terrible. It was almost like a dirt road then. Okay, Mark Saunders, thanks for stopping in. Glad you can make it. But we'd go over there. There's about 6 of us with a bag and just get high. The good old days. And one time we went out there during the day and somebody was shooting at us. We could hear the gunshot, and you hear the going through the leaves and the branches and the trees. We got the hell out of there. That only happened once, though. All right, so it's about time to go on Rumble and cut this off on YouTube. So let me go over to the other computer right now. That looks pretty good right there. I'll have to wash this out later. Put this over here. I don't know why I put this thing on. I didn't even use it. I didn't need it. Okay. So I'm going back over there. Thanks for listening to me. I hope I didn't put you to sleep. So let's go down. Okay, so now I'm over here. Oh, okay. Let me turn my microphone back on. And let me take a look at Blue Street Customs. Oh yeah, he's Canadian. He's got that figured out. 76 custom Chevy van for my wife, part 2, 1/25th scale. All right. So go check him out. I'll put his link up in here. He's a newbie to this channel. Let me put it over here too, in case you want to watch them over there. Okay. All right. Yeah, time to rumble. Good night, YouTube. Okay, so let me put the swirly smoke on here. Thank you all for stopping in. I really appreciate it. Hope I didn't put you to sleep over there. I got shit all over my fingers. So we're going to go head on over to Rumble right after this. So let me put the Rumble link over there in case you don't have it. All you got to do is sign up, give them your email, and I think your phone number, and then you could watch and comment on the web, on your television. If you got Roku, you could go on Roku. They have the Rumble link there. Or you could do it on your cell phone. They got a Rumble app on there too. So it's fun. And Rumble just brought something out this morning, and I'll have to do that on the Rumble part. So let me find the end things. Thank you. Oh. Let's restart it. There we go. Okay. Come on.
Engineer, where are you headed? Carry me back to Tennessee. Oh, I got a little girl who's been waiting. Promised that she'd marry Mr. Can we leave the sea? I'll shovel coal, Lord, to pay my fate.
to the station. My little girl waiting for me. Well, the night is dark and Lord, it's cloudy. I've been traveling that lonesome road. My one true love waiting there to see. Won't that low train carry me back? Well, they left Columbus around 7. Oh, Lord, they hit Louisville about 9. That poor boy's heart started overheating, sending all of his love on down. For the night is dark and Lord is quiet. I've been traveling this lonesome road. My one true love waiting there to see.
Glad to hear that, Chris.
Well, that long old train back. For the night is dark and the sky is cloudy. Traveling on that lonesome road. My one true love
My one true
waiting there to
love
see
waiting
me.
for me there. Woohoo! All
Why
right.
that long
Uh-oh.
old train
Moss.
carry me.
Deal.
Oh, train.
Okay, there you go.
Carry me.
Carry me home. All right. See ya on YouTube. Bye-bye. Thanks for stopping in. We'll see you on Monday. And we'll see you over there on Rumble in a few seconds. Okay. Where's my Rumble intro here? Let me turn off YouTube.